Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new here, I'm Natalie, and in this channel I share my fully transparent financial journey with all of you. So a little bit about myself. I'm an HR professional working for a small tech company from home, and in the last few months I've made a move out of state from Florida to North Carolina. So this is my first full month in a new state, in a new city. So what we're gonna do today is actually close out paycheck number 2 for April. I am slowly but surely catching up on things. So if you want to see how I did for paycheck number 2, please keep watching. Let's go ahead and close out my paycheck number 2 budget. So I know that I shared in my last paycheck that I got a very generous amount for a huge project that I was working on. I did share that I got a very generous bonus amount for a huge project that I was working on for the last, it feels like 5 to 6 months. I didn't know that at the time, but now I actually also received an extra bonus. This was for another item that I had been working on the side as well. So my actual salary ended up being, instead of $3,455, it ended up being $4,395 with 23 cents. So yeah, so for miscellaneous I didn't get anything extra, which is fine, and that means that I have a little bit over, so I think that's almost $1,000 difference in my paycheck. So let's double check that. 4,395.23, so 930 is the difference. So that's a good chunk that's gonna help out. Okay, so when it comes to my fixed expenses, everything was good. So I didn't have any unexpected items that popped up, and I'm just gonna write those quickly because we've gone over them in the previous setup videos.
$125 for cell phones. I still haven't received a billing for my internet, so I guess I'll see that over the next few days. But I know it's going to be due in May, not March. Max was $338, and this was actually the last month that I had it. And I did, which you'll see in May, which you'll see in my May budget, but I am canceling it for the time being until House of Dragon comes back on, and there's a few episodes already in the season because I refuse to wait the 3 months that it typically takes for that to be done. Spotify was the same, and then my second payment for the car insurance, which is now my normal car insurance payment moving forward, is $201.69.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm really disappointed that this is so much higher than in Florida. However, I hope that once I pay my car off, I can really take advantage of this being lower. And then Canva, again, I feel like I'm paying for this and I'm barely using it. Probably going to be using the free version pretty soon. So total fixed amount was $662 with 42 cents. So that was great, no changes here. So for groceries, I ended up budgeting $150 because now things have kind of settled a bit. I have all of my, typical needs for food and spices and condiments and things like that, and I actually was under budget here. So I ended up spending $147 with 15 cents, only $2, but $2 is $2. I'll take it. So I think it's $285. So 150 minus 147.15, 285. So positive 285. Oops. Then for gas and tolls, I had budgeted $50 and I ended up filling up once, and again, loving the fact that there's not that many toll roads that I personally need to go through when I am driving around. Not that I do too much driving either, but that has been a nice help with my expenses. So 1079. 1097 is in the positive. For household, I actually went over budget here, so that was 411 with 3 cents. So 250 minus 40, oops, minus 411 with 3. That means I am in the negative $161. For shopping, I ended up also going over budget here by a little bit over almost $20. So the total was $169.75. So $19.75 is my overage. Okay, so for eating out, I've been doing really good. I typically only go out to eat once a week, and that's typically on Friday evenings. And I guess having not having my circle of friends definitely has helped in me being under budget here, which never used to happen. So I had budgeted 50. I only spent $14.73. So $35.27 is the surplus. Then for beauty, I had been needing to purchase a lot of skincare items that I was going through, but it seems like at least this last half of the month I was good with most of those, so I only spent $31.54. I was a little nervous when I was setting up the budget that this wouldn't be enough, but it seems that that amount is good. So I have a surplus here of $3.46. Then for clothing, I knew I was gonna need to start buying things. Not need, but so ever since COVID and working from home, I basically live in very casual clothing. I still need some items, especially for like the times that I'm going out at night and just going out for a bar, or especially for like the times I'm going out for a fancier dinner or to a bar with friends. And I'm specifically talking about when I'm going to Florida the next month, so I don't have a lot of clothing that's like that. I'm also on a like healthier journey when it comes to my diet, so things that used to fit me are not really fitting as well anymore. I'm not saying like I need a full 2 sizes down or anything, but they're a little bit looser and they don't look as good anymore. So I know I'm gonna need to keep this budget for a while, or this section in my budget for a while, but in this paycheck I knew that I wasn't spending too much. I wasn't expecting to spend too much, but I actually did go over budget. So I ended up spending $108 with 82 cents here. So 58 negative 58.82 is what I went over. And then so for sinking funds, instead of 175 that I was gonna allocate for my actual funds, which you guys know I'm not that great at, I ended up spending 177 with 45 cents. Oh gosh, 177.45 minus 175. So that means I am $245 in the negative here. And then for unbudgeted, I had 2 things. So I canceled my Amazon subscription in April, and it was finally done and over with. I was ordering items and things were taking 10-14 days and things were getting delayed for no reason. I ended up at the very end of April just going for it again. So that was my first unbudgeted transaction. And then the second one was because I actually forgot to pay one of my cards, and I swore I had checked it off in my little like Excel tracker that I typically have all of my expenses in and my bills, but I hadn't. So I got a late fee, which hasn't happened to me in maybe like 5-7 years, and I was so disappointed in myself. And I didn't call the card company because I felt like I deserved to pay the $29 late fee just so that I don't forget ever again. However, I also refuse to like put everything on auto pay because that just like, I don't want them to have access to my bank account like that. Long story short, my total amount spent and unbudgeted was $35.11. So that is negative $35.11. So, and again, my dog is right next to me. I'm so sorry. So for variable expenses, let's add everything up. 411, 169.75, 14.73, 31.54, 108.82, 177.45, and 35.11. I ended up spending $1,134 with 61 cents. So that means that I am 910 minus 1134.61. I am in the negative for 224.61. So that is great that I actually got that bonus. And then for my Mazda, I actually ended up sending $2,000, so that's great. I'm almost done paying it off, so I'm really excited. I think in the first paycheck of May, I'll be able to pay it all off, so cannot wait. So this I just did a few days ago, and I need to double check how much I'm gonna have for the remainder of the miscellaneous money that I have. 662.42 minus 1134.61 minus 2,000. So that means 500 or 550. Let's do 550. So we're gonna do 550 for my expenses. And again, this is going to be for the rest of the clothes that I'm gonna get, for me to revamp my closet a little bit, and then also for I'm attending a concert. We're gonna go out and about while my friend is here, and I also have a bunch of appointments when I go to Florida. So I have a vet appointment for my dog, I have a hair appointment for myself, I have a nail appointment, and I have a doctor's appointment, and what else? Oh, and I'm gonna get a facial, which I haven't done in almost, I think, 2 years. It's one of the things I cut once I decided that I wanted to make a move out of Florida. So my skin definitely just needs a little refresh. It's just the skincare items that I have are not really cutting it. So I think I'm gonna start implementing that, not every other month, but maybe at least like twice a year. We have 662.42 plus 1134.61 plus 2,000 plus 550. That's 4,347 with 03 cents minus 4,395.23. That means I have a rollover, an actual rollover of 48.20. When I look at my expected total expenses minus my actuals, I spent an extra $924 with 61 cents, which makes sense because I did get $939.24 extra in my paycheck. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm excited to finally be catching up, and hopefully by the time I come back from Florida, I can like push out the rest of the videos that I know I'm going to be missing for May. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!